Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the DVD Blu Ray Haul for Indie Film Cafe. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and I've gotten my awesome co-host here. How you doing, Paul A Presenza?
Oh, hi, guys. What's moo?
What's moo? What's moo with you?
Not
Um,
mooch.
God damn it! All right, and then we've got our other co-host here, who has been on this stuff, has become a special guest co-host for this year, and we're really happy to have him back. Hey, how are you doing, John Ward?
I'm good, thanks. How are Moo?
Pretty good. And I think at this point, John Ward, we're going to have that instead of that special guest star. I think we can replace that with join the permanent cast.
Thank you.
I think you have pretty much joined the cast for this particular one, because we've done what, 6 episodes so far, or 7, something like that, with
somewhere in there,
you. Yeah, and so perfect. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
It beats us having to go to the studio all the time and doing it and stuff, when we can have somebody come in here and help us. So there you go.
Cool. Yep.
But with that being said, we're gonna do our rounds. So what's gonna happen is the order is gonna be, I'm gonna go we'll start with the first 5 Blu-rays, then we'll go around and then we'll do 10 and 10 of the DVDs. The first it'll be me, Paul, then John. So here we go. We're gonna start with our first Blu-rays, and so the first one I want to talk about is I got my friend Stephen C. Miller. I've had him on my radio show. I like the dude a lot. He's a director out there, been doing a lot of action films, and he's been working with name people, He did a movie called First Kill, starring Hayden Christensen and Bruce Willis. So I'm excited to check that out at some point. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet.
Is that Dollar Tree?
No, I bought this on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
No, I bought it because he was mentioning Obi-Wan Kenobi and mentioning Hayden, and so I was like, I don't own that movie. I gotta buy it, and so I like to buy all the Bruce Willis movies.
This is pre-disabled Bruce Willis?
I think so. I think it was kind of the start of his, sort of decline into whatever. But this was like, I've seen the previews for this. This is sort of when he was not phoning it in. He was actually doing a really good, job. So I'm excited to check it out.
Is this Stephen C. Miller of like Silent Night and like those type of movies?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
okay. That's Stephen C. Miller. Who's okay.
Yeah. Silent Night. He did Aggression Scale. He did a bunch of big stuff.
Did a great zombie movie.
Yeah. He did a movie called Automaton Transfusion, which I really like. So yeah. And then there is what is it? A movie I got there's a sale for MVD sale or whatever. That John Ward let us know about, and I picked up a Blu-ray from that, and I got Thou Shalt Not Kill Except. It's from Synapse.
Classic.
So I had to get this. It's going to be on, me. I know I love my Josh Becker, and we watched Lunatics: A Love Story last season. So this will go on there at some point. It's not as good as a Lunatics: A Love Story.
And it's very, very different.
It's very, very different, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a classic. I remember that when that came out. I liked it. Yeah,
and this has like special features and has the short film, and it's got a pretty good thing. So I'm pretty happy. And 2 commentary tracks. So
well, don't forget about Sam Raimi playing basically Charles Manson, and
it was Charles in it. Manson versus the A-Team. Pretty much. That's how they kind of pitched it.
As it should be.
Yeah. And then I got a little movie from Phil Herman that I had to get, and this was Burglar from Hell. I bought it from him. And I also bought a couple other movies from him directly, so we'll get into those later. And I also partake in a sale that was done by Matthew Fessel and his Three Keys Media, also John Ward let me know about. So thank you, John. You've been letting me know about all these awesome sales, and I appreciate it.
Sure, you're welcome.
Yep.
You know, and so I had to buy Hacked, which I've been wanting to get for a little bit.
It's good.
I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah.
And I also already watched and reviewed Shadow Marsh. And so that's gone up there. I was pretty honest with my review, but I enjoyed it.
Which, by the way, and I don't know if the two Matts want this known, but that was actually going to be originally the sequel to, what was it? Blood of the Moon Beast, or whatever that garbage is that Ferguson was going to be putting out. And it was just called Blood Beast. And I have a poster of Blood Beast signed by both Matts. And then they removed themselves from that person and changed it into Shadow.
As they should.
Garbage? Yeah. Ferguson? Really?
I don't know. Anyway, Paul, you are next.
All righty. Well, I got kind of a mixed bag here. First few are from Dollar Store, and number one is a movie called Absolution. Okay, and I don't know a whole lot about this. Thomas Specker, Dennis Lyons, and Nora Hutz. It's a hitman story. So,
did you say Thomas Dekker?
Yep.
Yay, I love him. He's John Connor in the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
No, Thomas Spencer.
Oh.
Thomas Spencer.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
All right. Next, we have one that's got one of my absolute favorite actresses of all time, Fairuza Balk, The Trespassers.
Oh,
yes, I've got that too, but I think I have it on DVD.
Okay, yep. That looks like it's fun. Then we got your boy, Kit Harington, in a movie with Peter Mullen, Mark Gatiss, and Liv Tyler, Gunpowder.
Okay. I have that too. Don't know if it's on DVD or Blu-ray. But
it's the Blu-ray, and it came in a nice little slip box, which is nice. And then I saw people talking about this, and I'm like, how did I not get this movie? And I went to the website and bought it, and I have the Death Toilet Trilogy.
I've heard of that, yeah.
That's
Death
from
Toilet,
SRS, right?
Death Toilet 2, Death Toilet 3, Duty Calls. And yes, that is the SRS version.
Yes.
So
nice.
You can't wait. That should be a lot of fun. And then finally, I got a movie that I had Kino Lorber put out that they re-put out. It's one of those packages where it's the DVD and the Blu-ray. It's a movie I haven't seen in a long time. I almost kind of forgot about it, and I think most people have forgotten about it, but it's a very weird but very good and interesting mob-ish kind of movie, but a very different way of doing it, with Lee Marvin, Gene Hackman, and one of the earliest appearances by Sissy Spacek, who is flapping gorgeous, and it's called Prime Cut.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I've wanted to see that. Yeah,
really good movie. Good. And we're gonna do this on Film Freaks at some point. Trust me.
Didn't you have a dream about Sissy Spacek the other day?
Yes, and I have many dreams about Sissy Spacek. She remains one of the most beautiful females who's ever existed.
And then you had to go wash the sheets when you woke up.
Yes, pretty much.
Sheets?
Yeah, I don't think you got your job, but
wash the Todd sheets.
Joke. All right, was that it?
That is it. That's my 5.
Okay. All right, your turn, John.
All right, so all of mine are all Dollar Tree.
Oh, okay.
All of them. I have 3 stacks here that I got to get through. So some of these are new, some of these are old, but
right there with you, trust me.
Yeah, there's way too many Dollar Tree bags sitting behind me, so I figured I would just do everything as Dollar Tree today.
Like including the DVDs too?
Everything is Dollar Tree. Yeah, because I'm always buying new stuff from different companies, so I might as well use that in the future. Dollar Tree has not had anything like in close to 2 months. Nothing new. Absolutely nothing. So
just get rid of all your Dollar Tree.
Oh. Yeah. So I figure but maybe by the time I get through all the bags, they'll have new stuff. Right. So as you guys know, I am a political person. So we're going to start off with Behind the Movement. And this is the Rosa Parks story.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So since I do support Black Lives Matter and all that type of stuff, when I picked this up, I thought, oh, that's cool. Okay. So I got that. Yeah. So,
and let me know if that's any good.
It's got a decent cast in it. It's like Isaiah Washington, Meta Golding. So it's got some good people in it.
Cool.
But yeah, I've never heard of it. It's like
I've never heard of it either.
Unfortunately, it's been my experience that those kind of movies, even though they tend to mean well, end up being saccharine and kind of crappy. Unfortunately, thinking of the astronaut one, the one at NASA with the black ladies and the mathematicians that turned out.
Oh yeah.
I kind of wanted to see it, but like, I don't know. I just never did.
Turned out to be. I thought it was pretty shitty.
But, well, if when I watch it, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Now my next one is more environmental. It's a documentary called Revolution.
Cool.
Okay.
And this is from the director of Shark Water, winner of 36 awards. But this appears to be just a documentary of around the world of wildlife and oceans and animals and all that type of stuff. So I thought that could be interesting.
So John, you're telling me you're ready to save the day and get rid of the plastic from the ocean? Just like our buddies.
Plastic people. We'll get more into that on the next video. And now we go back to the traditional stuff. This is a Shudder exclusive, which I think one of you guys, maybe both, have talked about, but it's the Noonday Witch.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard that's good.
I read the back of it and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, this looks kind of omeny or witchy. And what's happening with Jonathan there?
Oh, sorry. I'm like moving all my shit here.
But there's been this real rebirth of folk horror, that's been coming out with different movies like The Witch and what was the one in Sweden? Summerland or whatever the hell it was called. I don't know.
Summerland. Yeah. Like Summerland. Yeah.
Yeah. Summer.
Midsummer.
Right,
yeah.
Right. That whole thing seems to be a thing right now, and I'm loving it because I've always loved creepy fucking folk horror. That's awesome.
Look, I don't mind folk horror. I just don't like now that they're putting a fucking term on the crap that's coming out, that some of it is not my kind of cup of tea. But they have that stupid term that they put in Scream. I even forgot what it's called, but every time I hear it, it makes me cringe. That all these YouTube people kept calling, they call it Midsummer. They call the one girl.
Oh, it's like high art or high
concept.
No, because that's an actual real term. This is like an actual made up term that was coined by YouTubers back in...
like Heredity is part of that.
Yeah, Hereditary is part of it. Midsummer.
Yeah, Hereditary. Yeah.
All these different films are like a part of it, and it's but whatever. Anyway, I hate that because now I hate that term, and it makes me not want to like these movies because of that.
Well, it's the same thing with torture porn.
One movie.
One film critic called Saw or Hostel. I think it was Hostel.
Torture porn.
And now everything is torture porn, all the way back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I hate when people go, "Oh, I don't watch that torture porn stuff." It's not. It's a made up word or phrase from one critic.
There is, I think, torture porn, but it is way, way, way overused.
Yeah.
Well, they apply it to anything. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, they'll say, Halloween is torture porn. It's so metabolic that it's ridiculous. But and then the next one I have here is called I Kill Giants.
I Kill Giants. Nice.
I remember that one.
I have not seen that.
Is that animated?
No, it's live action.
Is that like Troll Hunter?
No, it says from the producers of Harry Potter, and it's got what's her name, Zoe Saldana.
Oh, Zoe Saldana, I love her. She's awesome.
And it's You got a young girl here who's very modern looking, but she has like rabbit ears on.
Huh.
So I'm not sure. It says it's from a graphic novel.
I'm intrigued about girls with bunny ears.
So, yeah, based on the acclaimed graphic novel.
Okay.
So,
interesting. Let me know how that one is.
Most of these I'll never get to. I'll be 80 years old.
No. We don't say that here.
And then the next one I got is all because of Bella Thorne, really, because she's just so nice to look at. But it's called Ride, and it's got a good jacket on it. And I've mentioned this in so many of my videos that I do on my channel. Is I keep judging things by their cover, and they're never what the cover looks like. So I'm thinking like Ride, okay, so it's like maybe it's like a sci-fi, or maybe it's like Heat or Collateral or something, as it looks like it's in LA with like the Michael Mann colors. And then I read the back of the box and it's like, oh, it's nothing like that.
Yeah, this goes back to the old days of indie films when all you needed was a great poster, and then all you needed was a great VHS box, and then all you needed was a great DVD box, and now all you need is a great Blu-ray box.
Yeah, and I really just kind of got it for her, but I don't know. It ends up being about ride shares. Like it's an Uber thing. Like a guy's driving.
Killer?
Something like that. Yeah, like he's the guy who's driving. He picks her up, and they seem to connect in the car because she's hot. And then they pick this dude up who's like a killer, something like that. And I'm like, oh, it sounds like Collateral or something.
So I understand his point of view where she's hot, so it's good. But why does she connect with him? His wonderful personality.
I don't. Picks up beautiful Jessica. They immediately hit it off.
Of course they do.
But his next fare is the fast talking Bruno, and that's where it all goes downhill from there. So I don't know. I mean, this I might watch sooner than later because it's Bella Thorne. So, but there we go. That's my 5.
Someone's got a Bella Thorne crush.
Elevated horror.
She is elevated horror. Yes, thank you.
Sorry, that was driving me crazy. I had to remember what that was called.
Folk horror has been around for years and years and years.
Folk horror is fine.
Yeah.
I actually like the one a lot of people hated, which was a little. You'd be surprised because it was a little slow, so you would think I wouldn't have liked it. I don't like slow moving horror, but I didn't mind. But there was a Wendigo movie that I liked recently that was really good, and it was a folk horror. Wendigo's, folk. So I like that kind of stuff. Like I like folklores, but I don't like the term elevated horror. So.
No, that sounds plastic.
And it's made up by like YouTube girls who, I forgot who they were, but they started coining it that, and all of a sudden it became big, and everything. And
is that just to make shitty movies sound good?
Yeah,
it's elevated. It's elevated horror. Yeah, but it kind of sucks.
Elevated horror is supposed to be a snub, to regular horror. I only like elevated horror because I'm a 16-year-old teenager who is trying to be, in the cool kid club.
Snooty, yeah.
So I don't dig it, but whatever. Anyway,
but you can't call something elevated horror unless you've watched it. So
you've watched a lot of fucking movies and you know what you're talking about.
Right.
Unless you only go off of let me Google elevated horror and I'm just going to only watch what this list says.
Yeah. I mean, I don't listen to anything any fucking teenager says. This is why I don't watch movies about teenagers, because they're fucking stupid. They're teenagers. They don't know shit about shit.
They can't even vote.
Nope. Well, when they're 17, no.
Well, 17, 18, yeah.
When they're 18, they can, technically vote. But they can't drink alcohol legally. All right. Was that it, or did you have one more?
That's it. No, okay. I'm done.
All right. I got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'm like you, John Ward. I got a pile of shit, and I'm blowing through a lot of my dollar store stuff. Not all of it, but this time, but a good bunch of it is.
Well, I got 9 Dollar Tree stuff. So here we go.
Plus one other.
Yeah, one that's not Dollar
Oh, okay.
Tree.
So total of 10. Okay.
A total of 10, but I've got 9 Dollar Tree and then one that's
he likes to group them by where he gets them from.
Yeah, and plus
I kind of do the same thing. Yeah.
Sort of like having sort of a system, for this. And I think you guys both do that sort of thing too sometimes. So.
Sometimes.
All right. So this one's been in my collection for a little bit and I haven't gotten around to it. And mainly because I keep having better movies come up and I'm just like, I'm going to push this to the side. But I'm like, I got to get rid of this.
See, we're all in the same boat, man.
Yeah. So
we probably could have done 40, 2 groups of 40 and we would have been fine.
There's only, what is it? Only one name I know, which is Billy Zane in this movie called Ghosts of War. I do not I'm not a big fan of war movies. A lot of people know this about me. I'm not a big fan of war movies, and I don't know if that's even horror or not. It looks like it's just a military movie. So then I've got a movie called Hoarders. So sounds like me, so that might be fun.
Okay.
And then I can't wait to watch this movie at some point, but I got to figure out a reason to watch it. I can't watch it on my own because I got too much other shit to watch. And it's called Last Call. And it's the fictional account of the final days of exuberant and notorious Welsh poet Dylan Thomas.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I have that too, and I thought this is what I was just saying about I'm judging a cover and I'm totally wrong, is I thought it was about something like a news reporter. Oh, like it was his last broadcast. Yeah, and then I bought it and then I read the back of it and I'm like, oh, it's about a poet. It's not.
Yeah, it's about Dylan Thomas.
Dylan Thomas. He's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. No, I know who he is, but just for the cover, I thought, maybe it's
Last Call. It was more about. I think it was more about his drinking. That's why it's called Last Call.
Do not go gently into that stinky movie, my friends.
Well, it might be a good movie. Who knows? Probably not if they're in these things. So I got a movie called Love Is Blind. But it's got our boy Matthew Broderick in it and Chloe Sevigny. So.
Oh, I love Chloe Sevigny.
Yeah. So there you go. So.
You were masturbating. I was not. I was massaging my colon.
That was from.
I know where the colon is, and it doesn't stick up.
That was from we watched a movie. Was it the?
Some people love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I hated that movie. To me, Matthew Broderick.
What?
Awesome, in Road to Wellville.
Yeah, Road to Wellville. All right.
What?
So, yeah, he can't believe that Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller's Day Off is one of the greatest movies ever made.
It'll be on my Film Freaks at some point.
My God, it's John Hughes.
So easy when every adult is a complete moron and everybody else is terrible, and then great, Ferris Bueller, he's so cool. Yeah, when you write it so that you cherry pick it so everything sucks but him. Yeah, I guess so. Garbage. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Then I got a movie called Radio Flash.
Don't know that one.
Don't really know much about it. It's got Dominic Monaghan, Will Patton, nobody else I know, and don't know anything about it, but I was judging it by its cover. It looked kind of cool, so figured why not. Plus, I'm just buying everything that I don't have, at Dollar Tree.
Like
why not? Why not? Fuck it.
I got to ask about that because I've seen like you at times and like Dustin Hubbard and other people when they're like, Dollar Tree hauls and when they show them on Facebook and I'm just like, why the fuck are you guys buying these movies? They look awful and nobody would want to watch this stuff, but it's almost like to buy them. And it's like,
I mean, yeah, it adds to the collection, but also because I don't know, look, a lot of these kind of I like Christmas movies, which I know you do not like, and whatnot. But or
I have
whatever,
no
like
problem with Christmas movies.
the
You
Lifetime
just buy the
Christmas
cheesy.
movies.
Yeah, you buy the cheesy Hallmark.
Yeah, which I
Lifetime
like
stuff, yeah.
those. I like that shit. I think it's they're sappy and fun.
I mean, I know what you mean, John Ward. I try to restrict mine to horror, sci-fi, fantasy, and then maybe every now and again, if something looks particularly bad, like a bad action movie or a bad bio, I'll pick it up. But I don't go near dramas or romances or holiday movies or stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah, I just see stuff that just like, why is this being picked up? It's like how to run a tractor. It's like, why are you buying this?
Moody likes to cast a wide net, and that's cool. We're all different.
All right. So I've got a Stephen Baldwin movie here, starring Josiah Warren and Taylor Murphy, called Run. It says, God sees, God hears, nothing is hidden. So it looks like a faith film.
I think I picked that
thriller or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I picked it up myself too because it's got a Baldwin in it. So
yeah, but he's like the lowest Baldwin, though, isn't he?
It's sort of the lowest of the low Baldwin.
On the Baldwin totem pole, he's kind of at the bottom.
I don't know. William Baldwin is going down that path too. If he's acts in some of the people I actually knows movies, it's getting to the point where he's just taking paychecks, and kind of going.
All I could say is if you ever saw the live action Flintstones movie, you will never forgive that Baldwin ever.
All right. Anyway, then there's was it Scarecrow's Revenge?
Got that.
I have that one.
No. Well, it's this was made in the UK, so that's gonna be fun. I think if I'm correct, is Chauncey Phillips in it? I know he was in one of them.
There's a pretty good chance you pick up any random film and Sean C. Phillips will be in it.
It's true.
Good call, Paul.
You could pick up that Learn How to Drive Tractors video and he'll be the guy. Hey, it's me, Sean C. Phillips, and I'm learning how to drive a tractor today.
You should do that. I would totally be okay with that.
Career. I mean, give him some love. I mean, come on.
All right.
I don't have a problem with Sean. He's just in everything.
Yeah.
So I love time loop movies. So of course I had to buy a movie called Time Loop.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Got that one.
It doesn't star anybody, or it's not made by anybody I know of. So
I think it sounds interesting from the back because I think that's in one of my two stacks.
And then I got a Zach Galifianakis movie called Visioneers. I don't know. It looks like it says actor comedian Zach Galifianakis stars in this outrageous comedy. Why is every comedy outrageous these days? I don't know.
And who thinks it's outrageous?
Judy Greer's in it. I know Paul loves Judy Greer. So,
I like Judy Greer too. She is so hot, but when she plays like the nasty girl.
They call this a cross between Office Space and Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, I have seen it at the dollar store. I have picked it up and put it down, picked it up and put it down, picked it up and put it down. If it weren't for the fact that I've got a boatload of fracking movies behind me, I would have picked it up. But I've already got so many.
You're just not worth it to you?
Not yet. Okay. At some point, I probably will, though.
All right. And then the last movie is not a Dollar Tree movie. It's something I bought on Amazon. And Artie did a review of it on Horror Film Lovers. But this will be on Indie Film Cafe as a separate thing because I really, really enjoyed it. And I want to share it on that. There's a movie called Homesick starring Bill Moseley, Tiffany Shepis, Jeff Dylan Graham. It's got an all-star cast and it is fucking good. Like this is directed by the guy who later on went to do like the new Blair Witch and You're Next, Adam Wingard, but this was his first movie, low budget film at its finest. So that's it.
Interesting.
So Paul, your first 10.
All right. So most of this in fact, all of this is going to be dollar store stuff. Now, usually what I do is I put kind of the stuff that's somewhat interesting in the first group, and I put the juicy stuff in the second group, just so you know. So the first one is a Shudder exclusive, and I don't know whether you guys have noticed, but there's been a lot of Shudder stuff coming out in dollar store, which is fine because I don't think I really watch Shudder ever. So
yeah, I now have a little space for it on my shelf with just Shudder. I mean,
this is The Night Shifter.
Yes,
nice.
So this looks like it could be fun. The Dead Will Not Be Silenced. And then we have
Damn those dead.
from the producers of The Grudge. I believe I bought this a long time ago, but I can't find it. So when I saw it again, and plus it's got Lucy Liu, and I love Lucy Liu. It's Rise.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I've heard of that. It's like a vampire thing, right? You
Right,
said.
exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
Next, we have something called Investigation 13.
I've heard of that. I've seen it at the Dollar Tree, I think.
Mm-hmm. Next, we got one in this nice slip box called Survival Game.
Yep.
Win or
I have
Die.
not seen that, but I'll probably pick that up if I see it.
Paul, it looks like you and I are going to have some duplicates here.
Happens. Let's see here. Then we have another Shudder, Monstrum.
No, I have not seen that one. I want that.
Matter of fact, I ended up buying 2 of these. So give me your address. I'll mail you the other one.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Next, we have The Manson Family Massacre.
I've seen that. I don't know if I picked that up or not. I don't think I
Which
did.
is British. If you look at the back, I think it says like UK or something like that on it.
Well,
so
I next time if I see that, I'm buying that. Like
There you
that's
go.
absolutely. I need
yeah,
that.
I thought of doing it for reviews after midnight because
You
I'm
should.
curious on what they do. So
Next, we have yet another Shudder movie, and it is The Furies.
oh, I want that one too. Okay.
Yeah, this one
God
looks like
damn.
it's pretty good.
Paul's
See, why-
been making me all like want all these things.
Yeah, I go to like
bothered,
5 different Dollar Trees and they all suck.
Yeah, you got to hunt, man. Next one's been one that's been floating around for months, and I finally kicked it out of my pile, and it's Cerebrum, some kind of sci-fi movie. Next 2, this one just came out in my local Dollar Tree, so maybe you guys have it, maybe you don't. But A Night of Horror.
I have heard that
anthology
is very good. Yeah.
Nightmare Radio.
Yeah, so I've actually gotten some like private messages from people saying, "Hey, John, you should watch this movie or review it," because the trailer looks really good.
Yeah, James Wright, Carla Kovacic, and Camilo Levine. And then last in the group is a movie with Michael Rooker, Tony Todd, James Duvall, called the Penance. That's what it is. Penance.
Nice.
Penance, yes.
That's good.
Yeah, sometimes the script is so crazy
Small.
and so fancy that I can't read it.
Starring James Duvall, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you worked with him.
Yeah. Night of the Zombies.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you worked with him on Night of the Zombies.
Yeah.
Awesome. He's so cool.
Yeah, he was really nice. Is when he wasn't on set and we'd be sitting in the back and he'd be telling us about all of his film adventures. And then once you would hear James to the set, he'd just stop and just go right to the set and he'd do his stuff and then come back to the room and continue telling us all these stories.
He's got to be
That's
getting
awesome.
up there.
Not that old, he's like in close to 50 maybe, but I don't. James Duvall?
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, he's not that old. Jesus. Though he was young in the Doom generation back in '96, but yeah, he's got to be 50 something. That's it.
Yeah, he still looks good.
Yeah. All right, John, your turn, right? Because you're John Paul, right? Okay.
So mine's a mixed bag. Unlike your guys, that's a little more organized. It's just a mixed bag. So the first one, and I've only seen one of these. So let's see, is called Bab.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I think that's kind of one of those folk things, isn't it?
Well, Annihilation Looms. No, it's post-apocalyptic.
Oh, okay.
It's a town where water is poisoned. The threat of nuclear annihilation, and people have to stop it.
Save the world.
So, yeah. So it's yeah. So
save the plastic.
Those plastic people.
Give you a look.
Join us July 10th for more information on that.
The next one is Don't Let Them In.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
have
got that somewhere.
Me
I
too.
think I already brought that up or whatever.
Yeah, your next meets The Purge.
Yeah, that looks.
I almost thought maybe this was like a retitled and repackaged Dustin Ferguson film, that home invasion
kind of
movie
looks
that I
like
worked
that.
on. Yeah, it's very similar to it. And I'm like, and looking at the director, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not. But man, they definitely rip off the Purge on the back there. I mean, that
Yeah,
even
the
looks
whole
like,
home invasion thing has been so done to death. They should really be more specific. It should be like kitchen invasion or bathroom invasion movies.
yeah. So, but
Home invasion.
Closet
now
invasion.
the next one I've passed on many times because I never really looked at the box. This is getting back to the political stuff, and it's Emmanuel. But then I looked at what it is, and it says the untold story of the victims and survivors of the Charleston church shooting.
Oh, so not
So
the
this,
Emmanuel I was thinking of.
right, and so somebody even made that joke when I posted it. When I had everything like spined out of saying Dollar Tree buys, and they made that joke, and I'm like, dude, not an appropriate joke for this. But it's the church where all the black people were at, and they're having a great time singing and all that stuff. And the white asshole walks in, sits down with them. They accept him, and then he turns to one and says, "I'm now going to have to kill you all," and pulled out a gun and started shooting everybody. And
Terrible.
and of course, because he's white,
America.
he was treated with by the right wing like he was a god. So, where a black person would be shot instantly, he was taken out with like a bulletproof vest and all this stuff. So that's what this is. And so I picked it up knowing that's, what it's about. So nice and depressing stuff, but it needs to be known. And then Blitz, Jason Statham,
Nice.
British. So it's one that's overseas. So it's UK.
Right.
Really
Never
what it-
seen it.
I either I own that or I've seen it, like, because I know Jason Statham. I know of it. I don't know if I own it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those films that came out during his height and like nobody watched it, but it was everywhere.
What was his height? Was it 6'3" or 6'4"? Okay, I think I just killed John with my dad jokes. All right.
Getting back to political, page 1 inside the New York Times, which I did watch, and this is a really good documentary about the New York Times. A lot of it has to do with dealing with print to internet, and how they deal with it, and so
that's
this
cool.
This is a really good documentary.
The transition from okay, all right,
yeah, and it's got more than that in it, but that's a very big deal in this.
We should use social media to educate the world.
That's right. And then give out fake news, but not like the fake news that the conservatives do.
No, but I was using my line from Shark Huntress there.
He's been trying to block that out of his memory, Paul. You keep bringing it back up.
Blue Iguana.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Sam Rockwell was my reason for getting it. Paul, are you laughing?
That's because it's not dancing at the Blue Iguana. Because when I first saw it, I liked that movie. That's one of my favorite movies. But I saw that and I was like, I already have Dancing at the Blue Iguana, but that's all right. Blue Iguana.
This is just Blue Iguana.
Yeah.
Then we have, and so I guess I now need part 1 of this. Talk about buying movies just to buy movies, I guess. Straight Out of Oakland too, because there was
I have both.
Well, there were so many unanswered questions, and Straight Out of Oakland.
I'm just waiting for part 3 to come out.
Well, and I used to live right across the bay, from Oakland, living in Marin County. So, I figured out why not? I'll pick it up.
3 is going to be Straight Out of Oakland in space.
In space.
Watch it be like actually filmed in like Chicago
or Canada.
Or Canada.
Next one is We Had It Coming.
Okay.
That's an interesting picture.
Which, once again, looking at the back, I thought it was like a revenge type thing, and it's not. So, it's more of like a girl trying to find her sister or something like that. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Is there a spider involved?
Yeah, I was about to say, what's with the spider?
Anna seeks to, well, it is like a revenge type thing in a way, but it's not like Death Wish or I Spit on Your Grave is what I was thinking. Anna seeks to avenge her sister's suicide after she became caught in the trap.
Wait. Did I just say avenge her sister's suicide? Like,
yeah.
How do you avenge?
Dig her up and kick her corpse.
I know.
Yeah, Anna seeks to avenge her sister's suicide after she became caught in the trap of a pimp and forced into prostitution. So I guess it is, but I was thinking that it was more, I don't know.
I'm going to avenge your death, your suicide.
You made my sister kill herself.
I tell you what, John Ward, you just gave me another idea for a movie mashup.
Christ.
What about I Spit on Your Death Wish?
All right, Paul, stop.
All right, so then we have Time Loop, which Jonathan already showed. And the back actually sounds kind of cool.
Paul, you didn't buy that, did you?
Yeah, I've got it.
In this hall?
Not in this hall.
God damn it. I was going to say we could all lift our copies up.
I don't know where my box is.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think I already showed
I don't think we have anything that all three of us got.
Well, we still got one more stack.
Yeah.
You just might.
And then my last one is, once again, maybe it's the covers on these things that are doing it, but I'm collecting all the Nuns movies, like all the Nun, the Nun's Curse, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So this is Nun's Deadly Confession.
Oh, I've heard of that.
But then I looked at the back,
and it has nothing to do with nuns or something.
And it's an anthology.
Yeah. Oh,
this is it's one of the stories.
Yeah.
I have that one.
Yeah, so it's just like where from his trouble. So we hear stories from his troubled patients, from a dying clown to a nun with a dark secret. I mean, it's an anthology.
You're having none of that, huh?
None of that.
That's a movie we're doing for season 6. None of that.
We could do a whole nunsploitation show.
Yeah, no. We got too many fucking stop, Paul. Stop.
There's not even directors listed on this, which is funny. So I was bummed because I'm thinking like, oh, good, I could put this with my nun exploitation films. And I don't know. I guess
Paul
Paul
keeps saying, oh, well, we could do another show. And then I say, let's do another show. And he goes, no, I got too much shit going on in my life. I can't do another show.
Well, you could do another show. Just ask John to do it.
We need a couple big time wealthy patrons.
John's become like basically the substitute you, Paul. Like whenever Paul can't make it, I go, hey, John, can you make it? Yeah, sure.
Yay.
So there you go. We needed a third.
Well done, part-time Paul.
Well,
if you lived in Virginia, you'd be here constantly at the studio.
What I've been saying.
You know,
I try to get everybody to move Virginia. You know me.
Yeah. Was that it? Was that your last? Or
that's my 10. Yeah.
Okay. Last or your 10. All right. So my last. My last 10. All right. So these first 5 are from the Restore. And so I've got 5 for each month now. And so I bought enough because they're only $1, each, but throughout the times I've been buying 5, whatever. So I've got one for every month. I don't have to go to the Restore for the next whatever. So I've got 5 for each month until December, so there you go. The first one I picked up here is an Emilio Estevez, Mick Jagger, and Anthony Hopkins movie called Free Jack.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Free Jack.
It's an older classic kind of movie or whatever. Theater. Yeah, I'm sure it's not that great, but
it's the film that Hopkins did, I think, right after he won the Academy Award. So they had to pay him millions of dollars to sit in a room and just talk on a screen.
Awesome. All right, so
work if you can get it.
Hey, why not?
Next is a what is it? It's a classic film. Paul will know this and love it, I think. Excalibur.
Oh yeah, it's one of my
excellent movies.
Yeah, so I bought that. It's got a great cast. So or not? Well, yeah,
Helen Mirren. That's John Borman. He's one of my favorite directors.
The director of Zardoz.
Yeah. So there you
Yeah,
go.
we don't talk about that one.
Oh, I do, because
Ridiculous.
no penis, yes, guns.
So next is a couple different movies that kind of fit. Two of them fit in the same category, kind of thing. But one is Father and Scout, starring Bob Saget.
I do not accept that.
He just passed away. I was like, you know what? Oh wow,
Paul, that's one of those movies I was talking about.
I love it. It's an old, like that was my generation. That was the stuff I used to watch as a kid. So whatever.
You know, and I got to get used to that, because you guys are much younger than me. So when I see stuff from Nickelodeon
You and Paul are, I think Paul might even be older than
no,
you.
I'm sorry, I should take that back. I'm sorry, not Paul, but like you, Dustin Hubbard, and some of these other guys, where I constantly see stuff like Nickelodeon and all these stuff where I'm just like, why are you getting like Nickelodeon band camp? What is this crap? And then I realize, oh, it's because that's what you guys grew up on.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
So then to continue with the father kind of thing, we got Like Father, Like Son, starring Dudley Moore and Kirk Cameron.
Cameron, the Left Behind Kirk Cameron.
Left Behind's Kirk Cameron, who
Kirk Cameron.
Back then he wasn't so crazy, when he did that movie.
No, it's only when
he was just lousy, that's all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I grew up on Growing Pains. So, there you go.
That's when he started going down that rabbit hole, when he met his girlfriend and she was like a total Christian fanatic.
Yeah. Then Lost Boys, The Tribe, which I've reviewed for Horror Film Lovers.
I like that film. I like it.
I didn't mind it. I haven't seen The Thirst, which Paul says is terrible.
It's not as good, but I liked it.
But I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. At first I wasn't, and then at first I was like, oh, this is just another whatever, and then it kind of grew on me.
Moody likes to get his Corey on.
All right, so
well, if you watch that film, The Tribe, and then if you've ever watched the two Coreys, which I did, they get into that film, and you find out really how fucked up Corey Haim was, and why he's not in the movie. And somebody on their cell phone was shooting like behind. It was for his. I don't think it was behind the scenes, but he was shooting it behind the camera on his phone of Corey Haim, and you could hear Corey Haim like he can't even get a line out.
Wow.
Which is why he's only at the end of the film. You kind of have to watch the two to get the full picture, but it's interesting. I like the movie. I enjoyed it.
All right, so the rest of these are these are the ones I saved for the last or whatever. And so as you guys have been watching, and the people, if you've been following this, you've been knowing I've been going down that Pendulum Pictures rabbit hole, buying a bunch of them, and I've got two of them this month. I don't know if there will be any next month, because we got Scares That Care and some other shit coming up, and I just don't.
And they're
and
hard
Criterion, and yeah, they are like $12 at least, if not more. So, but I bought one called Hardcore Horrors, and it's got The Vulture's Eye, This Darkness, Soul of the Demon, which we're going to be covering on Indie Film Cafe.
I know This Darkness.
Hollywood Vampire, Terror at Baxter U, and The Witching.
I have not heard of one of those.
Yeah,
these are all like bottom of the barrel. Like
I know at least half of those.
Then there's Savage Sickos, which have Slaughtered Disc Jockey, Dead Body Man, Skygen. I don't know. When Heaven Comes Down, and Demon Slaughter.
No idea.
Yeah, so Dead Body Man, I think I know the director of that.
When you look at those, do you buy them because the titles sound interesting, or like one of the films, or how do you pick?
So
Pendulum has a reputation.
Pendulum Pictures, aka Brain Damage Films, that's right. Now known as Midnight Releasing, by the way.
Right.
And they've been trying to get me to review some of their films recently on Instagram. They've actually messaged me, Midnight Releasing. So Brain Damage has reached out to me. It's just that's so much shit. It would have to be like, I don't know. I'd have to figure out where to put it. Maybe requests or something. One of the different videos, but or horror film lovers first time watch Friday. I might do a couple, on there. But they've got so much shit that they've been putting out, and a lot of it is shit. A lot of it's not good. And
Pendulum,
so
they would seek out the low budget, micro budget, zero budget indie movies.
let's just say the movies that Troma won't even accept.
Wow.
Like these are,
And every now and again,
they have
you'd
a
be
good
surprised.
movie.
There'd be a decent movie that would pop in there. It's just that more often than not, they're crappy ones, and there's a really good chance that there are some serious entertaining stink bombs in there.
Yeah, so
That's why I love
a lot of ones we are going to be doing for Indie Film Cafe throughout, because
Echo Bridge,
Donald Farmer's done a few that have been on there. John Johnson did a few. Like just a lot of directors. So a lot of my friends too. So people I know. So
yeah,
I want to support them.
I was sharing with Moody, there's a website called The Pit of the Pendulum, and it's a guy who goes through and reviews all the movies there, and it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. All right. So the next one is I got from Joel D. Winecoop, and it's called Lost Faith. It's Joel D. Winecoop's Lost Faith. And I watched this movie, and it's going on next season's Indie Film Cafe for sure in the studio, because this is fucking good.
Where's the boob jokes?
They're really, this was like Deadly Prey type thing, where it's like a guy has to take down a whole group of mercenaries in order to save his wife. It's that kind of movie. It's pretty fun, but it's got the little bit of a Christian angle, and it's funny in that term. So and that thing. So anyway, the next ones I got from Phil Herman. When I also got Burglar from Hell from him on Blu-ray, I got Jacker and Jacker 2.
No, I don't think I know those.
And
yeah, I got those. Yeah.
Jacker 2 has Marilyn Gigalotti from Clerks in it.
Yay!
And so Jacker 1 doesn't have many people. Like, these are just shot on video, fun, goofy, things, or whatever. So I want to see it. I can't wait to see him. Saw Burglar from Hell, and that's going on Indie Film Cafe next season with Madeline Deering. We're going to be doing that with her. So
I was one of the writers that was considered to do the remake of Burglar from Hell.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I met Phil Herman. It was Seb and Destin Hubbard. They contacted me and said, "Hey, do you want to write it?" And I said, "Well, let me watch the movie first." And then I did. And I said, "Sure, I'll tackle it." And then out of the blue, I've never met Phil Herman before. He contacted me privately, and we had a whole conversation about it. And then it just never happened.
Yeah.
So.
I think they're still planning to do it, but just with other people or something. I don't know. It's been in talks, but I've been talking to, I want Joel D. Winecoop to do Lost Faith too, because like that movie, like I had so much fun with. Burglar from Hell is more of a shot on video, slasher film that I liked, but I liked Lost Faith a little bit more as far as like,
Lost Faith 2, Faith Restored.
I forgot. I think I had a title for it. I had a title for it because I had an idea of where I wanted to go with it. But Joel apparently is working on his own Lost Faith 2, so it's been in the works for a while. So
Faith No More.
Yeah, but trust me, it's
I'm not familiar with Joel Winecoop's later films. I know him from.
Oh, that's early. That's a 19.
Really?
I think 1980s.
Because I'm more familiar with his boobalicious movies. So I was going to say things are a little different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, later he didn't. I don't think he even had any boobs in Lost Faith. It just.
I was going to say that doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it was more of a action movie with him being a karate guy that was taking down a whole.
So he's the star too?
Yeah, he's the star of it. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
nice.
he had a lot of fun. It was a fun little cute little movie. I liked it. Like I said, Paul, I think you'll get a kick out of it. And kick, because it is an act, it's a martial arts movie. So you'll get a kick out of it.
Nice.
All right. So those are all my last 10. So Paul, you're up.
All right. So into the more juicier, more interesting stinkers or possible stinkers. And as Mr. Moody brought out earlier, we do have Scarecrow's Revenge. So if Mr. Ward had it, that would have been our movie to share. But
Do
that's
you not
okay.
have it in your?
I don't. I
Oh,
don't.
shit.
No.
Now, you know what? We could do a shot of me and him holding ours up, and you just going. Let's do that.
Okay.
Because that's kind of funny. Oh. Be the first one. All right. Perfect. All right. So.
All right. And then from our buddies from SP Releasing.
Oh, great.
We have a movie called The Unkindness of Ravens.
Got that. Yeah.
So that could be fun. You know,
I didn't know ravens were kind.
It wasn't directed by any Pauls, is it?
No, I'm afraid not. But it is an SP Releasing, so you know I'm going to look at it. Okay. Next, we have a movie that, I mean, how could you pass this up? American Zombieland.
Got that. Yep.
Sounds like every other American zombie movie that's coming out now.
Yep.
I'll probably retitled, type of thing.
Next, we have a Wild Eye movie, and it is Rage of the Mummy.
Yes, I'm so bummed with that because I originally purchased it at Zia Records used from ITN.
Oh, okay.
And it's same title, almost the same box cover, and then I found it for $1, thinking, "Oh wow," or $1.25, thinking, "Oh wow, I found a new zombie movie." But God, this looks familiar. And then went home and put it in my little stack of mummy movies, and oh fuck, it's the same film. It's just from a different company now.
Right. Next, we have not an anthology, it's a group movie. So 5 movies. Evil Spirits.
Oh.
5 movie collection. 2 of these movies I already had. Kill Baby Kill, which is a classic. Mario Bava. And then Dominique is Dead. That's an oldie, but a mediocre one. But then there are these other 3 movies that I don't know. The Devil's Partner, Cruel Will, and 19 Doors.
Devil's Partner, I know. That's an older film. It was okay. I remember watching it on TV when I was a kid.
Okay, cool. I've never seen it. Let's see. Next, we have, of course, because you can't pass one of these up either, Krampus, The Reckoning.
Yes.
I have that somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy that for so long because I have my little Krampus section, and it was like massively expensive on Amazon. And then one day it was $1.
It's long enough, man. It comes to the dollar store. Next one, I mean, I couldn't pass this one up either. Chinese speaking vampires.
I got that one too, yeah.
Their war has come to America.
Yep.
Outstanding. I'm hoping that they're going to be the classic Chinese vampires that hop like a bunny. So fun. Next, we have one that you guys might know. Death Day.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, that's Jason Horton.
Yep, yeah, Jay Horton's, yeah. Yeah, I actually, so originally it was called The Campus, but they retitled it to Death Day to go along with was it Happy Death Day. But it really isn't the same movie or anything. It's just the only thing is the time loop idea, and it's actually a really good movie. Because of that movie, I became good friends with the actress and Jason, because I saw that movie and I was like, this is really good. And I looked him up and we became friends. So he's come on my radio show a couple times, and it was a really good, just a very nice guy.
So last two, this one was a special find at the Dollar Tree. And it is another SP releasing, and it stars our buddy, our friend, Alex Villarette, and it is Blind Ghost.
We did. Oh, okay. Well, I guess, you know what? Fuck it. We did this as a podcast already. We'll mention that. So it's a future episode of Indie Film Cafe that we reviewed this movie. And
Right.
it is.
I had the the what do you call it, the digital, but I saw the physical copy and I'm like, grab.
Yeah.
And then the last one is one that we will be doing for Indie Film Cafe next year. This is one I've been waiting to find. I finally found it, and it is Stormy Tempest: The Fight for the Future.
Oh wow.
That looks terrible. Awesome.
Yeah, another silly Cape Crusader, comic book movie.
Yeah, superhero movie.
Superheroes.
Oh, wow.
Stormy Tempest.
Not superheroes. Hold on one second, guys, okay? All right, we're back. Sorry about that. It just took 2 seconds, but
Do
you'll
sharks
never even
even
know.
have butts? I don't even know.
I don't know. That sounds like a conversation I did not need to walk into. All right. So, John, your turn.
All right, my last 10. So, like I said, mixed bag of stuff. So the first one we have here is The Scientist.
Ooh.
It's got the creepy little hand down there.
Scary.
That sounds like something we need Lenore to watch.
I know.
So
she can prove whether or not it's science.
And then we have I showed the one for Jerry Lee Lewis before, so this is now the music lessons for Johnny Cash.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's music videos, live performances, interviews, and stuff like that. So
I like Johnny Cash.
Man in Black.
That's right. So we got that. Then one that's called Let's Scare Julie.
I've heard of it, and I think I was going to do it for 31 Days of Indie Horror at some point, because I think, if I'm correct, it was on Tubi,
Yeah, because it says sometimes a prank comes back to kill you. And from the title and from this, I'm like, oh, well, this sounds like that 70s movie, Let's Scare Jessica to Death.
Right.
Yeah, it's. I think it's an homage or a ripoff, whatever you want to call it about.
Yeah, so got that.
If it's done well, it's an homage. If it's done poorly, it's a ripoff.
There you go.
Is that really? That might be it, I guess. That's kind of.
And then we got apparently the subtitle to the new Mission Impossible movie, Dead Reckoning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just Dead Reckoning. Okay.
Just Dead Reckoning. Yeah, because it's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
So this is just Dead Reckoning.
Just
awesome.
Dead Reckoning. It's got James Remar, so that's why I picked it up.
Oh, the Warrior.
So why not?
Warriors is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, James Remar is always cool.
So
yeah.
Then got one In Harm's Way.
Nice.
So war flick that I know Moody would want to watch.
Oh, of course.
And so that looked okay. It's got that, was it Emil Hirschitz? How do you say his last name?
Emil Hirsch?
Oh,
yeah,
Emil
is
Hirsch.
it just Hirsch?
Yeah,
okay. I think so.
Yeah, so and it says based on real events, so I got it because of him. So
yeah, I liked him in The Girl Next Door, which
I love that. Based on real events. Yeah, World War II actually happened, so you can say based on real events.
Well, it says it's in Harm's Way, aka the Chinese Widow.
Okay.
Yeah, so why not? Now you had Scarecrow's Revenge. Well, now I have Devil's Revenge, starring the Shatner.
Nice.
So, are they going to create the Scarecrow Devil or the Devil Scarecrow?
Maybe. Jerry Ryan is also this. We got two Star Trek people in it.
Is Shatner the devil or is he the Revenge?
He might be the Revenge. That looks like maybe like he's holding a gun.
Okay.
Nice.
So, and then got one that Paul showed, Survival Games.
Oh yeah. I was going to say at Shatner's age, I hope somebody's helping him hold that gun.
Oh, poor Shatner. Then we got Camp Coldbrook.
I got that
yeah,
somewhere,
I've got
but I don't
that.
have this slipcase. Damn it! That's a good slipcase. Even
And
though
it's
it's
got
the
a decent
same, it's the
cast in it.
same case. I don't like cases where it's the same poster from the thing. Because like, why? Why
But
even do that?
that's most of them though.
I
Or
know. That's why they
mean-
should do something different.
Yes, but then they'd have to spend money.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I mean, the idea of these is to keep dust off of it. I mean, that's
Right.
that's why book jackets were made, was to keep dust off the books. So, and then my last two are kind of like what Paul was showing. They're like compilations. So this is The Ghost Beyond.
I have that. Yeah.
And it also has Legacy of Evil and Beneath the Mississippi.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Sounds
so
fun.
those are Echo Bridge.
Yep.
Ah,
Echo Bridge. There you go. Mark of quality.
SP releasing, the guys who Echo Bridge, I believe.
So ridiculous, because you know what's beneath the Mississippi? Mud.
So are they mud people, I wonder?
I don't know.
And
Oh,
what's-
that I just noticed that Camp Coldbrook. This is Scream Factory.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have a spot for that stuff.
I like Shout Factory.
Oh
Scream
yeah,
Factory.
yeah.
Sure.
Well, you better. My buddy works for them. So,
Oh.
And then I got this one because it makes. I just went, okay. It's called The Size of Watermelons, and there's 4 movies or 5 movies with Paul Rudd.
The size of watermelons. All right.
Honestly, they're like boobs. They're like breasts on them.
Anything with Paul Rudd these days, it just him alone is gonna make the movie go
I
up.
was going to say, that sounds like a Moody pick right there.
I know,
It's Donald Logue is in it also.
I like
It
that
also
a lot.
has Rob Schneider, Kirsten
Of course
Bell.
it does.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah, Jenna
Oh.
Dewan.
I do like Kristen Bell.
And
You
now
never
the
watched her show, did you? You know much Veronica Mars, did you?
I watched a few episodes. It was kind of meh.
so this is also Echo Bridge, and the other movies on it are now apparently somebody likes Rob Schneider. So American Virgin, which also has Jenna Dewan, Rob Schneider, a film called Busted with Corey Haim.
That's what we did.
Directed by Corey Feldman.
I know. We did that for Indie Film Cafe. That just came out.
Is that a dollar store find?
Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta buy it sometime because you gotta see that movie. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's awful. Even Corey Feldman said it was terrible.
I tell you what, now that I know that it's on that movie, I'll look for it, because if it had just been The Size of Watermelons, I wouldn't have gone near it.
Yeah.
Well, it also has Far Out Man, starring Tommy Chong,
Yep, I heard
directed
of
by
that.
Tommy Chong,
I heard of it.
and a film called 50 Pills,
Cool.
which has Kirsten Bell, Jane Lynch. So it's got some known people on these things. Oh, Ione Sky is in this one. So these people here may not be in this. It looks like they're just listing the other people that are in these.
Oh, that all of them are in the different movies. Okay.
Yeah, because Rob Schneider is American Virgin. Then Kirsten Bell is in 50 Pills.
See, that's
that Jenna
funny.
Dewan.
Mate, they're buying that for Paul Rudd, but they're getting Corey Haim.
Yeah, you're getting Corey Haim, getting everybody else, and Corey Haim's only in Busted for like 5 minutes. Like he's not a big part of it.
Yeah, he's the only one they list starring Corey Haim.
Right, of course.
And then for this one here, I don't know if Ione Sky is in it.
Oh, nice. I like her. I like to Say Anything.
What there's other people they could have listed. So
she had like a minute there where she was like the it girl, and then she just kind of vanished.
Yeah,
she probably didn't sleep with Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, but in this watermelon one, I mean, it's like, fuck, why don't you listen to these people? Donovan Leitch, Adam West. Come on.
Adam West.
I mean, yeah, so that's mine. But yeah, I got this just because of all the people in it. It was like, okay.
All right. Well, there
So
you
there we
go.
go.
That's all our movies for this month of June. So we're going into July. This will be July 1st that this comes out. I just wanted to say, like, we are really, really busy. We are Horror, Blood, and Coffee is coming back this month. I think the mainstream's coming back in August. There's a bunch of stuff coming. John's going to be in the first episode of the mainstream coming
Don't
back.
forget. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
Shark Attack Sundays, July 10th. So we will be doing a ton of these videos and these movies and just tons of stuff coming on. If you thought we had a lot of content already, get ready. There's more content coming from you for you guys, and we're excited. In the fall, and I'm going to announce this now because this is happening. In the fall, I am bringing back stuff like 90s horror. 90s horror show is coming back, and 90s horror films. 80s horror films will continue until October. No, actually, come through the whole month, the whole year. So horror film lovers, and I think I talked to Sarah about this. But I think, we're going to continue with, originally we're going to drop horror film lovers from the podcast and just do it as a video. But I think we're going to do both on Indie Film Cafe, do the podcast, and then show that video on our horror film lovers thing. So that's some interesting, fun stuff going on. John and I have Mainstream Mondays that we've been doing, and we're going to continue doing for horror film lovers. Paul and I have a million podcasts that we're doing, and Paul is talking about bringing back some of his stuff too at some point.
Not to mention, I've been, floating a few ideas, a couple of serious ideas, not just silly ones, but
yeah,
I've been talking about doing some limited series ones where you do like a group of 10 and that's it. Like I wanted to do one on documentaries, especially I wanted to do horror movie documentaries, but now I'm like, I've got music documentaries, I got all kinds of different documentaries, so we could be a limited series where it's a different theme every season. We'll have to see. It's a matter of finding time.
Yeah, it's a matter of finding time, really. It's because we got so much going on, and John keeps saying, "Oh, I'm going to get rid of, doing these things." Keeps getting roped into our stuff. So.
Well, and I keep continuing my stuff. So
Yeah.
that's, I mean, it's well, right now we're coming up on the 50th episode of One Filmmaker. So Joe Lujan will be on that. That won't be out this coming one. This will be already posted when that comes out. But
he was the first guest you had, right?
He was the very first, and then he's like number 30 something, and now Joe's coming back in. It's the world of Joe Lujan, basically, like the Joe Lujan experience type of thing of all his movies and comic books and music that he does and all of that. So it's all going to be about Joe and his world, and then I have that I just keep doing mine, but Cody keeps sending me videos for his unboxing, and it's just like, well, okay, now I have to keep doing videos because I have to have something to kind of bookend them with, so I can't just have Cody. It's got to be my video, Cody, then my video, and then whenever you want to do your video, of course, it's
well, hopefully you're not we are regretting doing stuff with us, but we love having you on there. But if you then you can pull off your Godfather 3 thing and go, just when I'm out, they pull me back in.
It's true. It's true.
Well, you haven't, and that's the thing. You have been absolutely having fun with these, or whatever, doing ours as well as your own.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we appreciate it.
And I appreciate you guys having me on. And I did skip a month for the reviews after midnight, only because I was having difficulties reviewing Return to Yucca Flats, which I finally pulled off. But it was trying to find a way not to insult two people that I know. So, and I think I did it. So
cool. So what is it? This year we'll also be back at Scares That Care. So we'll be buying some stuff there or whatever. I'm really excited. There's some people I've been wanting to meet that are going to be there.
Yeah, hopefully we can do some live stuff there, and maybe we'll get to do a movie review when we're there, and maybe we'll probably string together some stuff because usually I bring my phone or my camera and we take pictures and take video and just to give everybody some content with that show because a lot of people still don't even know about it, and even people in the biz don't know about it, and they really should, and it's a great opportunity to meet some really, really good folks who are in the biz. It's time to get a bunch of really good swag and a bunch of really good movies, and it all goes to help 401 or 901c. What is it? 401k? Yeah, 401k people.
Yeah. So there you go. It's a great thing, and the funny thing is, next month when we do our next haul video, it'll be right after Scares That Cares. So we'll do that, and then that Sunday of that Scares That Cares over, we'll record our video of all three of us, and we'll have more to talk about on that,
And every year I swear I'm not going to go crazy and buy a bunch of movies, and every year I buy a bunch of movies.
Well, our buddy's back, so we'll definitely be buying at least $50 because he usually has that like buy 5 for 10 kind of deal or whatever. And
I'm a movie whore. I pretty much go to everybody who's selling the movies and what do you got?
Yeah.
What do you got?
And Bloody Summer Camp, starring our buddy Cody Falk, will be at the we'll be there at Scares That Care as well, those guys. So I'm excited to check that out. It's got like Felissa Rose and a bunch of other people in it. So
hopefully someday we'll have our own table again.
Yeah, I think next year. I mean, as long as whenever we can actually afford it. Problem is they keep having the stuff be like right after Scares That Care. We just don't have the money at the time that they do it to spend on it or whatever. So
yeah, we'd have to set aside money and buy it early or something.
Yeah, or something like that. But we'll figure it out. We'll be back probably next year would be my hope.
And the other thing is that we needed some extra folks to come along with us because otherwise you're just sitting at the table the entire time and you never get to enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, you can't go around and walk around.
Which is why it was great having Stroh with us because he helped man the table and was an extra person.
Yep, exactly. And people always love seeing Stroh, so hopefully we'll have him back for next year. Maybe we'll buy him a ticket or something, or whatever if he wants to sell some of his stuff and whatnot. But yeah, that's it. For this month, I mean, we've got all the shows that are currently still going. And new shows are popping up. Man Eaters started back up, and so we'll be going through those again and finishing up this season of that. And it's just been a really busy year already. And we're almost actually this July, since this will be July that this is about, we'll be done with Indie Film Cafe's 5th season, and September we start the 6th season. So
August will be a nice break.
Well, I don't even know if it's a break because we're still shooting stuff. We're just not shooting Indie Film Cafe. So I don't think we really get a break, which is fine with me.
It's somewhat of a break at least.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy time. Film Freaks is ending soon, and so is Criterion Watch will begin later this year. I think in November or so. So it's going to be a fun year. But and John still got his show, so everybody check out Dark Park Films, right? Is that what it's called on the thing?
Oh, my YouTube channel? Yeah, John Ward at Dark Park Films. So yeah, that's my channel.
John, do you have any Criterion movies?
I own 2.
Okay. You own 2. Okay. Which ones?
When they have their sale again, I plan on buying more. I have Night of Living Dead and The Graduate.
Okay, because I don't see any reason why we couldn't pull Mr. Ward into some of these.
Yeah.
If you're into it.
Sure.
Yeah. So next was it July? Is
get you to talk about a good movie for once.
Well, I picked up my all-time favorite zombie movie, which is my all-time favorite horror movie. So that's Night of the Living Dead, and of course, my favorite film of all time is The Graduate. So
yeah. So there you go. We'll definitely pull you in, especially if we do The Graduate. So I'm sure that'll come up, at some point.
Yeah, I know I'm going to be doing it. I almost thought of doing it for this coming Friday. Is a Criterion. How do you say their name? Like Kino
Oh,
Lorber?
Kino Lorber. Yeah.
Lober,
Yeah.
and because I got two of those and then two of the Criterions around the same time, so I thought of just doing a video on that. So as long as you guys don't mind me doing my own thing, yeah, I could do it. So that's
all.
fine. Okay.
Nope. And we don't
could
mind
use
at
the
all,
help.
but yeah, we definitely like having more people like contribute and stuff. The what is the other thing? You've got reviews after midnight, so you'll have one for July coming up soon. I don't know what you're planning on doing. I don't even know if you know yet.
I thought of following it with another kind of, instead of like a man beast, like caveman. What's the Conrad Brooks one? Jan
Gal.
Oh, Jan
Gal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jan Gal.
I think it's Gal, but I think it's just
Gal?
Jan Gal.
GEL Gal.
Mhm.
Yep,
So
Jan
because
Gal.
that's got the double feature on it. So I thought of maybe doing that one to kind of go along with the almost
Yay,
caveman.
Conrad Brooks.
We love our Conrad Brooks.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That we have not talked about Jan Gell on Indie Film Cafe yet.
Not
so
yet. It was on my
there you
list.
go. Well, I'm sure we'll do it for Indie Film Cafe at some point, but we
point.
got way too many fucking movies already.
Yeah.
And Paul won't go to 4 movies a month yet.
I can barely do this.
Yeah, it's true. So there you go. But,
unless you want to bring in Mr. Ward as an official person on there, and you get him to do one every month at least.
Don't tempt me. I might do that. I might.
I still at some point do need to slow down and get Aximus and all that stuff, because everybody's moving out of Vegas. All my actors are moving, and it's like shit. So either I got to fly them in or recast or rewrite a character. There's already 3 people that have left that are in Aximus 3 and 4.
I'm really worried about Vegas, man. You guys don't have any water. You're in serious trouble.
No, yeah, Lake Mead is boats are sitting at the bottom of the lake. They're actually on dirt.
Yeah, it's
and they're having to tow the boats out.
There is no water out there. It is going to get really rough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have a chat about the whatever things. So, anyway, thank you, John. This has been, great.
Well,
obviously, and we are going to be recording another video cast very soon. So we got to get on that in a bit. But so Shark Attack Sunday starts July 10th. I'm so excited. We got 8 episodes coming. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Madeline Deering joining us. She's one of those people that also helps out with a lot of this stuff. And I really, really appreciate her. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us. Everybody, join us next month for a brand new DVD and Blu-ray haul. Until then, everybody, bye.
Bye.